Hey everybody, welcome back to Mama Z's. Today we are going to make green chili enchilada casserole. Let's get started on today's video. So first thing I did was put some olive oil in the bottom of my cast iron. We added seasoned blend. I like the frozen. It makes life a whole lot easier. You want to add that in, get it cooked down a little bit. Be sure and go ahead and subscribe and give me that thumbs up. It sure does help me out a lot. Once I've got the seasoned blend going, I want to salt and pepper it. I'm going to give that a good stir. While you're at it, just go ahead and break your vegetables up a little bit. I'm not going to get these completely done before I start adding the hamburger in. Now you can use any type of meat source you would like. Pork, turkey. You could even technically leave the meat out. I'm adding about 4 pounds of hamburger. Kendra came and helped me do it real quick. I was needed in the other room. Now this makes a really big batch of this. So you could easily cut this recipe in half. And I'm just going to start breaking the meat up. And then start folding the vegetables into the meat so it all kind of cooks evenly. I decided to get me out a bigger spatula so I could turn everything out a lot easier here. It really was a lot of meat and came and helped me get this stuff mixed up good. At this point, I have my son Jacob come and help drain this. But as you can see, there was a lot of liquid in it, and you don't want all that liquid into your enchiladas. I pour it back into the pan, and now I'm going to add green chili enchilada sauce. I am using the mild, but if you want spicier, feel free to add a spicier enchilada sauce. And you just want to let this cook down for just a minute and let it marry good. Now for easy cleanup, I'm using a aluminum pan, but you definitely can put this in anything you want to. I just put a thin layer on the bottom of the enchilada sauce to help it from sticking. And now I'm going to lay down white corn tortillas. I like the white better than I do the corn in this recipe, but it honestly is personal preference. And you need to try to cover all the surface of your pan, and I'm just going to cover the tortillas with the hamburger mixture. Once you get that done, you're going to add refried beans of your choice. You could use fat-free, but I personally don't like the flavor of the fat-free refried beans. This recipe is really good to take to church functions or gatherings or reunions or anything like that, because you can definitely make it up a day before and cook it. You also can freeze it really well. Add just a little bit more of my sauce. Normally I don't use shredded cheese, but since I was making so much of it, this was definitely a convenience. Then you're just going to start the process over again. Drinking red wine by an open fire, make love or fight this or that. The best way I found to eat this is with salsa, sour cream, some chips. Black olives would be really good here too. My husband's not a big fan of black olives, so I tend to leave it out. It'd be really good to top your plate off with some black olives. Now this is definitely a Tex-Mex dish. There's nothing traditional about it, but it sure is good. I'm going to come back in and do one more layer. Now I didn't add any more enchilada sauce to the top of this. I honestly was trying to reserve some because I was going to make a smaller dish to take over to my parents' house for them. And you're just going to cover it with cheese. I set my oven at 375 and I cook it for about 20 minutes, and then you take the foil off and cook for another 10 minutes so everything's kind of melty and bubbly. There you go, my friends. This turned out so good. My family absolutely went to town on it, and we had very little leftovers. Thank you for joining us today on Mama Z's Texas Kitchen. We'll see you guys on the next video.